Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Archbishop Ryan Boys Basketball Network. For tonight's Catholic League action, your Archbishop Ryan Raiders visit the Patriots of Archbishop Carroll High School. This is Ted Westerveld bringing you tonight's action along with my good friend, the legendary coach, over 500 wins, Mr. Mark Heimeninger. Coach, good to see you, buddy.
Thank you, Ted. Good to see you. Glad to be here tonight.
Well, it's a tough night tonight. It's I just saw Billy Zeitz, the statistician for Archbishop Ryan, in the powder room. I said, Billy, what do you think about tonight? He goes, two desperate teams looking for a win. I couldn't say it better myself. Tonight, both teams come in, both Carroll and Archbishop Ryan come in the Catholic League at 0-2. Surprise.
Yeah. Again, it's always difficult, no matter what team you have, to be 0-2, and then playing a team that's 0-2. Both teams' backs are somewhat against the wall at this early stage. So it should be an interesting contest tonight.
Your Archbishop Ryan Raiders come in, like we said, at 0-2. They dropped their opening night to O'Hara. Then came back it was a tough game against LaSalle. They lost against LaSalle. They found themselves down 20 at halftime, and then put together probably the best 12 to 15 minutes of the season for them. But that 20-point deficit was just too much to overcome. They actually tied the game at one point in the third quarter, but ended up dropping the result by 13. So, Coach, it's one of those situations where you try to find silver linings. Have you found yourself in that spot before?
Oh, absolutely. But just to reference real quick your point, when you dig yourself down 20, you expend a lot of energy to tie the game up. There's not much left in the tank to maintain that, so you end up losing the game by 13. But yeah, I found myself in that situation a few times over the course of my career. And all you got to do is try to learn from the mistakes that you've made, and then move on and try to overcome those mistakes, play better the next game.
So, some of the highlights from that 20-point comeback, so to speak. Malik Hughes, you'll see him. We saw him you were here.
Yeah.
We did the game with against the Patrick School that night. Ended up with 23. I think he had like 16 in the third quarter. Really played well. Really showed his ability around the basket to be creative, be long, and took advantage of a couple mismatches at some point and had a couple nice blocks too. So he had a nice night. Mark Anthony Gallagher chipped in with a bunch of threes. It was really good to see him get a shot to go down. That was good. And Brandon Russell had himself in foul trouble, but had a nice third quarter as well. So bright spots to look forward to as they come into tonight against Carroll.
Yeah, well, I can only reference the Patrick game because that's the only game that I actually saw, Teddy. But they're a nationally ranked team. They start a 6'11" to 6'9", have two 6'9s coming off the bench, and it's just that they're not 6'11" and 6'9". They can all play, and the Raiders didn't back down. They just were a victim of the team being better than them physically.
The Patriots from Carroll come in here at 4-6. They're also 0-2. They dropped their last outing. They dropped to O'Hara in a surprise. O'Hara actually surprised us when we were doing the game with the great Joe Sinai. They impressed us a little bit. They were a little bit of a surprise, and then they were able to jump on this Carroll team and defeated Carroll by 3, 67-64. Carroll opened up against Roman, and Roman took care of business 71-53. The issue this year for Carroll was, I think everybody thought that they were everybody's darling to come in, but it doesn't seem that way. But you saw them last year.
I did see them last year, and I'm not sure who's all back in the mix, but I can clearly tell you that they gave Ryan all they could handle last year and kept that game close into the fourth quarter. So they're resilient and they're tough, and they didn't back down. Obviously, Ryan was pretty good last year. But if I could just mention a couple quick things here.
Yeah.
First of all, the JV team right now is 8-2.
So there was that game was pretty spirited. Actually, Ryan controlled the game. Carroll came back. Ryan was able to close the game out with some clutch free throws and a steal.
Absolutely, 62-59. And we'd like to pass our best wishes for a recovery to our good friend Joe Sinai, who's a little under the weather tonight. So we hope Joe's getting better quickly and can get back and join us on the broadcast.
Joe's going to need to get me some scores while he's convalescing. So it should be an interesting night. Like Billy said, two desperate teams. Carroll in a little bit of a flux with some player acting a little bit short on their bench. We'll see what they throw out there with their starting lineup. Archbishop Ryan, I think Joe's found his rotation. One of the things he did, coach, in that comeback is he shortened the bench a little bit.
Right.
And I guess maybe you could speak to a little bit when a coach feels a run coming on, not to mix it up too much.
Right. Sometimes you find yourself saying, I got to make a sub here, but if the five that you got actually out there playing at that time, you have to stay with, which again feeds back into the point we said that those five might have expended so much energy that in getting that game back into hand, that there's nothing left in the tank later on.
A little bit. They I don't want to say they ran out of gas so much. They got caught in some foul trouble. And so when the big guy gets, Russell's kind of their go-to guy at this point. He's their senior. He got in some foul trouble, and that they weren't able just to kind of overcome and get that next stop, that next possession. And then the game it was closer than that score indicated.
Right.
LaSalle kind of ran away those last 75 to 90 seconds. So we're just waiting to get started here. JV game ran a little late. It's good to see you. How was your New Year?
My New Year was very, very nice. We had some of the family, which all lives right around the block from us over, and we celebrated the New Year, and proud to say we didn't overdo it. How about you?
My wife and I went out to dinner. We go to Chickies for dinner, and a nice dinner, and we went back, and I was real excited to watch the Penn State game. Promptly fell asleep, woke up at 10 to 12. My wife had a little champagne, so we popped some champagne, and I was back asleep at 12:15. I was one of those guys.
Good timing.
Good timing. It was quiet. So we're just about a minute and a half ready away from prayer and our national anthem. Archbishop Ryan, just to give you a clue, after tonight's game, they go to Lansdale on Friday, the Road Warriors, and then they come back home for a big matchup on Monday against St. Joe Prep, who's probably hungry for some revenge, so to speak. So
they're at Lansdale and then home against the Prep?
At Lansdale, so a big, that's why tonight's so big. If they come away with a win tonight, come away with a win against Lansdale, who they do have new leadership.
Sure.
But so they're in that rebuilding stage, so it is an opportunity to get a W. And then they go out to, I don't think it's unfair to say that Prep's one of the favorites to go to the Palestra, and deservedly so.
Right. I'd heard that also. So they got a lot of returning kid players from last year too, right, Ted?
Yeah, Prep does as well. So just about ready to go. At halftime, we're going to have a student from Archbishop Carroll. First of all, we want to thank Archbishop Carroll for having us, athletic director Tom, and we have Mike Livingston. He's a senior journalism major. He's going to be going to University of Missouri next year. He's going to come up and do a little halftime with us, get him his big break, so to speak, on the. So.
Well, you make this job easy for everybody, Ted.
So we're going to keep the mics hot, but we're going to stand for the prayer and the national anthem.
to uphold Christian and gospel values in all that we do. May Almighty God bless our competition, our athletes, coaches, officials, and all here present. We ask all this through Christ our Lord. Amen. In the Father, Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen.
You know, Ted, the other thing I just want to touch on real quick is when we go over the roster at Ryan here, they really only have 2 seniors. So that's another issue.
You're right. It is a young squad with some mixed experience. Reminder about how in the Sorber and Williams era, they got a chance to play a lot of sophomores and stuff like that. But I think it should be Russell and Gallagher.
Right, 2 seniors.
They need to really take the bull by the horns a little bit and lead this team, and I think you're going to start to see that as the season progresses. Again, we'd like to thank Archbishop Carroll and Athletic Director Tom Quintos for his hospitality and the availability. This gym is redone, Coach. It looks like
beautiful.
They did Archbishop Carroll. It's a lovely campus. It's really nice. They did a nice job refurbishing their gym. They still have some things left to do. One of them is put stands on the opposite end from where we are.
Right.
But the lobby is decorated with all their trophies and 2 big trophy cases, and then they displayed all their special PCL championship plaques, and it's really, really a nice job. So kudos to everyone here at Archbishop Carroll. Again, thank you so much for the opportunity. Starters for Archbishop Ryan, they're going to go Johnson, Gallagher, Russell, Hughes, Stone. Coach, one of my favorite players I want you to keep an eye on is Samaj Stone. I think...
I remember him from last year, too. Played with a lot of composure for a freshman, has a lot of a real nice skill set. And as a sophomore, he's already got a little bit of experience from getting that time as a freshman.
So getting ready for some action here. Raiders taking on the Patriots. Both teams at 0-2 in the PCL. Big game. 3rd game of the year. Big game.
Yep.
Starters for Carroll, Christian Matos. He's a junior. Nassim Rawls, number 55, junior. Number 1, Munir Greg. Player we want to watch out for, Luca Foster, wearing the number 0, and Yasir Turner, number 3. Almost ready for action here, ready for the tip. That's Hughes, number 15 for Archbishop Ryan. Ryan in their black roadies with white trim and red numbers, and Carroll will have the first possession. Yasir Rawls with the ball.
Yep, Ryan's opening in his zone here, Ted.
There's Foster. The swing. Nice ball move by Carroll. The 3, no good. Rebound Stone. Ryan's first possession. Matt will set it up for us.
Carroll's opening up man-to-man here.
Matt Johnson on the wing. Gets it to Russell, top of the key. Guarded by Matos. Malik Hughes shows, kicks. Russell's going to fire. In and out. Big rebound by Matos. Patriots up the floor, kicking to the corner. That's number 1, Greg. Way off. Looks like some pressure from Carroll.
It looks like that way.
It's junior guard Matt Johnson for your Raiders with the ball. This plays catch with Samaj Stone. Russell gets involved, top of the key. Pounds his left, goes right, goes to the lane, uses athletic ability and scores. Love to see that from Brandon Russell.
He attacked that gap really nice. Nice finish around the basket, Ted.
Early here in the first quarter, if you're just tuning in, Archbishop Ryan up 2-0 on a bucket from senior Brandon Russell. Carroll on their home whites with red numbers. No good. Stone with the rebound. He's going to push up the floor a little bit. Russ is feeling a little bit. Hop, step, jump, good. 2 consecutive buckets for Brandon Russell.
Looking to attack the basket early here. That's good to see him come out nice and aggressive offensively.
Greg. Turner. Foster to Rawls, and that'll be Rawls. Ryan in his zone. 3 launch, but an offensive rebound from.
Ooh.
Offensive rebound from Matos. The ball's going to stay with Carroll. It was a nice offensive rebound from Carroll. Ryan got to do a better job boxing out there.
Well, that's one thing in the zone, Ted. It's always is a little bit more difficult than man-to-man is your boxing out or checking out responsibilities.
Foul on the play, on the shot. When you hear Greg fouled, he's going to go to the line, it looks like, for 2. And that foul is on Malik Hughes. Four nothing Ryan, 5:39 left in the first quarter. Greg makes the first. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please, if you can, share the link with your friends, send them a text, put it on your social media. Should be a good one tonight. Big game for Archbishop Ryan. He hits both. Again, pressure.
Yep. Full court man.
It's 21, Chris Kinkiner on Matt Johnson. Stone loses control. He's pounding the dribble and lost control.
Yeah, one thing I'm interested in seeing this year, too, is if Matt can avoid being sped up by the defense. As a young point guard, one of the things you have to learn is that you've got the ball, you dictate the tempo. You don't let the defense dictate the tempo to you. So I'm
Matos with 3. Sorry, Coach.
That's okay. No, looking to see how he handles that this year.
And they take the lead 5-4. Christian Matos. I believe he's a transfer from Methacton.
And of course, Brandon Russell can always help out with the ball handling responsibilities out front.
Yes.
So.
I mean, Russ is probably the best athlete on the floor. Shakes, hops. Russ from the corner, heavy. Rebound Rawls.
He's looking to be aggressive offensively today. Raiders a little slow in transition, getting back.
Nice follow by Luka Foster.
Now see, here's where a back dribble comes into play, Ted, where you create some space so you dictate, which he did a little thereof, and was not forced into an up-tempo by the defensive player.
Mark Anthony Gallagher.
Nice
Nick
entry
Hughes,
pass.
yeah. Hughes can't finish. Big rebound by number 1, Greg. Here comes Carroll, heavy.
Uh-oh.
Samaj Stone couldn't get the floorboard. And Christian Matos with the second consecutive basket.
Got to come up with those rebounds if they hit the floor and you're on defense. See,
9-4.
Sped.
Russell goes left. Russell to the hoop.
Back it again.
They call it early.
Oof, I don't know.
They called it early.
Well, Brandon's definitely looking to be aggressive offensively tonight. I'm not keeping an official shot chart, but that's 4 or 5 times that he's actually gone to the basket, I believe, or taken a shot. And that one should have been possibly a 3-point play opportunity, but. Oh.
They had Russell in the cut, missed him. Gallagher off the screen, and they're going to call an offensive foul, and that's trouble. That's his second.
Uh-oh.
That's the second on Hughes. And freshman Jalen Avery's getting up off the bench.
Yep.
Unfortunate for Hughes. Joey's going to get a timeout. 3:36 left in the first quarter, 9-4. Archbishop Carroll, Ryan finding themselves down in a hole again.
And that's really frustrating when you got a player of Hughes' caliber that gets those 2 early fouls, and you're down 5. So we're going to see how Coach Zaglinski handles his playing time based on, I guess, score and situation as to when he gets back into the game. I only reference the fact about when I coached, and that was a long time ago. But if you had 2 fouls early in the first quarter, there's a good chance you weren't going to see time until the third quarter. And as I said, I know the game has changed since I coached, but if the game was getting away, then you got to put that player back in, because being down 18 at halftime and him being one of your better players not being on the floor certainly is not a situation that's conducive to winning. So we'll see how Coach handles that.
Freshman Avery, an opportunity for some very, very important minutes here.
Yeah, again, he played against the Patrick School, which is a nationally ranked team, Ted, but I was impressed with his ability to play hard and not back down from kids that were older and more mature and bigger.
Kinkiner heavy off the back iron. Rebound by Russ. He's going to try and bust out. There's a foul. They call it traveling, no foul. Tough one.
Yeah. Might be a little bit upset if I was on the sideline on that one. Go there, Ted.
9-4 Carroll, just approaching the 3-minute mark left in the first quarter. That is Munir Gregg with the ball. Number 13, Christian Matos with 5 points this quarter, including a 3. And there goes a quick 3. And Luca Foster launches that.
And the defense, you don't ever want two players approaching one shooter. That leaves you in a really bad rebounding situation.
Johnson finds Avery. Russell's going to shoot for 3. Good. Brandon Russell.
Nice executed play there, freeing Russ up for the 3.
Russell with all 7 points for the Raiders. That was the first bucket in the last 4 possessions down there for Archbishop Bryant.
There you go.
So need another stop here. 2:20, 12-7. Carroll. Kinkiner kicks. Good extra pass show. Good. Christian Matos.
Looks like Ryan's trying to match up a little out of this zone, Ted, and they're finding themselves as the overload and movement occurs to be out of position defensively. So they're gonna have to talk about that.
And it looked like Carroll would have had possession of the ball going out of bounds. They made a save anyway.
You know what? I was looking at the freshman being open, and I was anticipating a pass get there, so I didn't see the actual call by the referee.
So an opportunity for Ryan. Stone drove and hit Avery in the hands. There's Mark Anthony Gallagher.
Play. That's a perfectly executed inbounds play. Again, I've always really felt that when I watch Ryan play that their inbound sets are absolutely tremendous. And Gallagher got that look coming off the screen, just couldn't knock it down.
Keyshawn Franklin looking to catch, or that's Seth Gay looking to check in for Archbishop Bryant. But there's another 3 from Carroll, back iron. Spin move, nicely done by Munir Gregg.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Samaj didn't stay with the check there, and that allowed the offensive rebound to occur.
Much similar to the LaSalle game. Minute 31 left. Ryan finds themselves down 10. And we were talking about Archbishop Carroll last year. They went to the state championship last year. They lost in the 3A final.
Yeah, and I was looking at the roster from last year, and I'm only looking at the roster from last year, but the kid that really impressed me last year is I don't see out here anymore is the kid Davis. So I don't know what happened to him.
There's been some turnover. They've had some movement. If you notice, on the bench is a little short tonight, so
Okay.
some stuff going on there. We'll find out.
I don't know. He might be a player on the bench right now, or
we're going to find out at halftime
Okay,
with
that's good to know.
young Mike from Carroll, who's going to get, like you said, Mike's
Yeah.
give Mike an opportunity to get on the microphone.
Yeah, dig around and see what the story is with Davis. Again, I'm telling you, I was really impressed with that kid last year. And we're going to see now. I think Ryan's getting shots. They're just
We
not
talked
hitting
about
them.
that with Joe Sinai at the LaSalle game. I said they knocked down shots in the first half. It's a little bit of a different story.
I mean, they're not turning the ball over.
I think what you see is a shooting percentage for their guys that are taking most of their shots is less than 30%.
Well, that's not going to win you any games, but it's better than turning the ball over. But
Stat sheet sent to me by the great Bill Everett from Charger Nation. Here's Matt Johnson with the ball. Russell for three. Good. On cue, Brandon Russell, have a quarter.
Yeah, he's really come to play tonight.
He has all 10 points for the Raiders. And there's a block, and here comes Seth Gay, who checked in the game.
Got a 3-on-2 here.
Seth Gay!
Oh, nice job. And here we go. Looks like Ryan's playing man-to-man now, Ted, so.
Rawls. Nope. Oh, and they're going to get Russell for a foul.
Yeah, the help side there was a little too extended, and that didn't allow Brandon to get there in time. When the ball's on the opposite side of the floor, if you're on the help side, you should have at least a foot in the lane, which allows you to come in, block a shot, or as I always preferred, getting ran over for a charge.
Seth Gay, who just checked in, Coach, in the games that last two games that you haven't been with us, really providing a spark on both ends of the floor. Had an opportunity to speak to somebody close to the program and said that in the summer he was lighting it up. They'd say that his potential is through the roof.
Well,
so
again, as we said, it's not easy being sophomores and playing at the varsity level.
And that was Rawls with one free throw, excuse me. No, two. 19-12, 45 seconds left. Samaj Stone with the ball. Plays catch with Matt Johnson. There's Seth Gay. He's going to let it go. No good. Big rebound by Greg.
Might not have been in his zip code either with that shot there, Ted. See, now the help side.
Stole my line. 26 seconds left.
I didn't know where there's any pizza places around here.
Wow. Luca Foster, his second three of the quarter. Uncontested. 22-12, the lead back up to 10. 13 seconds left. Russell, Stone. He's going to drive. Gets creative, blocked.
Okay.
5.2 seconds on the clock.
Plenty of time for one of their inbounds sets here.
And it looks like he's going to sub Keyshawn Franklin for, he's going to sub
He
Malik
might be
Hughes
doing
for
this
Franklin.
just for their inbounds play. So we'll see if he starts the second quarter.
Malik Hughes with two fouls. They try to get in the ball. They can't. Possibly a 5-second call. And a turnover and a bucket. Big momentum swing.
It's a back break.
That one's a tough one. 24-12. Archbishop Ryan in a 12-point deficit.
I'll use the term backbreaker, but there's another word I could use before back with the same word being breaker. It's a tough way to end the quarter.
Brandon Russell had a good quarter with 2 threes. He's got 10. Seth Gay chipped in with the other bucket. Luca Foster for Carroll with 10 points in that quarter as well. Christian Matos with 8 points and 2 threes. So Carroll shooting very well from outside.
Yep.
Making it tough for Archbishop Ryan. Very similar to the game the other night. Like I said, And when those shots don't fall, Ryan keeps that pressure up and enables them to get back, but it's about expending the energy.
Well, as I said, they're not turning the ball over. They're getting good shots. They're just not making them. And defensively, they're contesting shots, but Carroll's shooting the ball at a high clip. And if I could tell our audience, too, what's really amazing about Ted is here, he not only does the play-by-play, but he actually keeps the statistics here. So I'd like to salute him for being able to do that because I know I couldn't. And I'm just doing the color.
Speaking of color, I just got a text from the great Huck Palmer. Giving us some answers to your questions about Carroll. That Davis transferred out.
Okay.
Drew Correa was 6'9" junior. He's the one with the foot injury on the sideline.
All right.
So he might be out for a while. And Ian Williams, leg injury, was a very good player for them last year, out also with an injury. So shorthanded, lots of stuff going on with them.
Oop.
And a strip by Rawls. Seth Gegg is on the floor for the ball, but Carroll maintains the possession, and they got numbers. And Russell gets athletic, but he takes a foul.
First of all, our thanks to Huck Palmer for that information. I greatly appreciate it.
Legendary.
I
feel special that he's got my number. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. But somebody's got a good player in that kid Davis wherever he went to, and that's I'm going to get off the Davis bandwagon now at this point.
When you're Greg at the line, he's already 2 for 2 for the line. Make that 3.
So here's, like we said, we get into a position now where you're down 13 and you got a player on the bench of what you would call it, use his caliber, and you got to get him back in the game.
And he just did.
Yeah.
When you're in these positions as a coach, is there a number in mind? Hey, if I can get this back to 5, I got to get this back. Explain.
Yes.
Offensive rebounds.
Now that's unacceptable. What you try to do is on a timeout is you try to eliminate the big score and try to get it down to a reasonable score with so much time left.
Blocked. Keyshawn Franklin took it to the hole, but it was blocked by Carroll. And you can see some of the body language.
Yep.
For Black, see if they can turn it around here. 27-12 early in the second quarter. Ryan with the 5 second. Stone got some space. Crafty Samaj Stone,
nice job.
creative at the basket.
That was nice defensive pressure by Carroll there. They really got close to that 5 second call. But again, so you're down 15 with 7 minutes left in the quarter. So you try to look at the time and say, okay, we're gonna see if we can get it down to like 7, 8 at the 3 minute mark, and then move on from there. But you can't look at the whole score. You gotta break it down in increments with respect to time. Got a friendly roll there too, Ted.
Stone makes his first. Mark Anthony Gallagher going to check in for Seth Gay.
And at some point too, you got to decide when you're gonna extend your pressure a little bit here when you get caught in this position too. So it doesn't look like they're going to do that yet, but certainly something Coach Zaglinski's probably thinking about.
Heavy back iron.
Up.
Hughes scrambles.
Good hustle on that play.
Carroll comes up with the basketball, 27-13.
They're back in zone now. Let's see how that changes things.
That's Rawls.
Yep, again.
Did he travel there?
Oh.
A little careless with the basketball, scramble.
Yep.
Ball kicks
Still
out.
in the
Rawls,
lane.
they're going to go 3 seconds.
Absolutely. See, what they're trying to do, what Carroll looks like they're doing is they're overloading on one side. They're not even playing anybody in a post position, which is causing confusion. Go ahead, Coach.
Kick to Gallagher. Won't fall for him. Won't fall for him. They're like the rims at Lackman Playground, Coach.
No, they were
unforgiving.
A
step back 3. No. That's number 4.
I shot enough balls at those rims that they were pretty loose by the middle of the summer.
That was Keyshawn Franklin with the rebound. Russ goes, drives, frustrated, no foul called. Foster kicks. Matos.
Wow.
His third 3 of the game extends that lead. Carroll real aggressive on the defensive end now.
Yeah, well, you know, sometimes like a shark smelling blood. Yeah, that's a hold.
Foul on the floor called.
Anyway, real quick, sorry, Ted, I took the air out of your
No, you're good.
here, but what looks like what Carroll's trying to do is they're trying to overload on one side, which is when you have a guy on a wing and you have the guy at the point and a guy that's running the baseline, if they can get that little time frame between the switch off between the top of the guy covering the guy on the wing and back in the zone, you get an open shot.
Russell tries to find some space, and that ball is rejected.
Nice pass. Oh,
Another great block. 2 blocks by Greg. And here comes Carroll. Tough possession there. Wide open 3. And his own rebound. Foster.
see, now one of the things you have to work on when you contest the shot is you got to not only put the hand up, but you can't go flying by the shooter. If the ball comes flying off the rim, the guy that shot the ball is going to get the rebound, and they got to do a little better job of that.
Coach Zaglinski.
Well, Keyshawn's, again, we keep talking about the experience and maturity level. Another sophomore out there. Ooh.
Yeah. So Johnson checks back in the game. Oh, nice look.
Oh.
Unfortunate.
Wow.
It was a good look.
Good goal.
Tough
Yeah.
pass to handle, though. It was right at his feet.
It certainly was.
5 minutes.
In soccer, you can kick that up and head it or something,
Oh, yeah,
right?
you juggle that in. Russell can do that. He's a soccer player.
You told me that for the game. I did not realize that.
Wow.
Gee.
Luka Foster. Carroll still with the pressure. Bump.
See, that's what I'm talking about, the defense speeding you up. That's going to be 3 on Hughes, I think.
They're going to get Hughes for that foul, or Johnson. Nope, they gave it to Hughes. And that is...
3 on him, yep.
Checking in, EJ McNeil, number 22, junior. Program kid. JV player last year, getting some opportunity for some high-profile minutes.
Yeah, defensively now, they're just going to have to play man-to-man. They're doing a great, Cal's doing a great job of passing the ball and getting open shots against this matchup zone.
It's off.
Okay.
Nice rebound by Stone. Opportunity for Ryan to get a bucket and it's out of bounds. (36-13), 4 minutes left midway through this second quarter, and a tough one for Ryan and Rawls.
Poor help side concept on defense there, Ted. I can't put it any other way than that.
Russell
trying to get something started. Yeah, can't leave him open.
Matos, Rawls, blocked by Stone. Nicely done.
Nice play. Nice play. One dribble.
Here comes Johnson. He's going to push.
You got a 3-on-2 here. Nice ball fake by Gallagher. Can't knock it down.
Knock it down.
Yeah.
Foster to his left.
Ooh.
Ball's going to stay with Carroll.
You know, you talk about some of the ways the game's changed, Ted, is that we used to practice rebounding the ball and throwing this thing called an outlet pass. And in today's game, right, you just see people rebound the ball, and it's a push automatically, whoever's got it. And I'm not saying one way's better than the other. I'm just talking about how the game has changed.
Carroll having a little bit of fun out there.
we actually used to do a drill, Ted, that if the ball is going out of bounds under the opponent's basket, we either threw it to half court or we would just take it out of bounds. We never tried to just shovel it inside there. Too many bad things can happen.
Stone gets beat by Foster, who is having a night. I have him at 20 unofficial. Nice block.
Okay, you got a 2-on-1 here with a trailer.
Russell.
Okay.
Good. Finally, a bucket for Archbishop Ryan.
I got to believe the timeout's here to set up full court pressure. That's 2 timeouts already, yes. So,
yes.
yeah, I think you got to see some full court pressure here. Carroll is very athletic, and they do like to push the ball, so that might not work either, but at some point in time, you just got to try something different.
Well, it's a 25-point lead here. Not the way that Archbishop Ryan was thinking the game was going to go.
No.
But you have to play this quarter out, cut into this deficit a little bit, get a couple. If you get 2 stops, you get to feel good a little bit.
Yeah. There's no reason they can't cut it by 6, maybe 8 points, which will have you feeling, as you said, good about going into the locker room. Of course, on the other hand, if Carroll comes out and scores 3 or 4 more baskets, it's going to be a hard comeback.
Well, these are the challenges that face us this year. I think it's a management of expectations.
Sure.
The team has been, I think inconsistent's a fair word because they showed what they can do. Joe and I talked about the LaSalle game, and he phrased it as a question: which Ryan team is it? And I think some of it just boils down to some very simple, just knocking down some shots. So we just got to stick with the boys and trust our coach and
see what happens. So, again, one of the
and it's a long season, so there's a lot. Listen,
absolutely,
a lot of things can happen.
One of my favorite teams was a team that graduated in 2000. Real quick, they started as sophomores, and I think we won 5 or 6 games in the league. The next year, '99, we finished in 4th place, and then in the year 2000, we won the Northern Division. So I mean, when you have young kids out, this is going to be the result. The one thing that you hope seniors bring is consistency. The one thing young kids don't bring is consistency, and as a coach, you got to be patient with that.
Nice defense there.
Yep. Again, they did come out with some full court pressure out of that timeout, so I got to believe anytime they score, Ted, we're going to see some sort of full court pressure. Oh, no.
Unlucky there.
Jeez.
On the floor for the Raiders, Johnson, Avery, Seth Gay, Samaj Stone, and the lone senior, Brandon Russell, on the floor. 2 minutes left in the half. 2:05 left in the half, excuse me.
Help side. That was a nice job by Avery that time, being in the middle of the lane in case there was any penetration. See, Brandon Russell should be a little bit more extended in the lane there. Oh.
Kinkiner. Chris Kinkiner with the bucket. 42-15. Minute 35 left.
Nice backdoor cut. Good pass.
Johnson on the scoreboard.
They got some full court pressure. Oh.
Nice recovery.
Okay. Still not a 1-on-1, right? No.
Nope. Minute 20 left. You go right away if
I'm right, absolutely.
Just gets over the timeline.
Good job being patient with the ball on offense by Johnson. I like that.
Minute left. Russell with the ball. Behind the back. Takes 5 men on the lane. Pivots and bucket.
And it should be up with some pressure here.
Brandon Russell.
Okay.
Foster all by himself in the corner.
2 guys flying. They got lucky on that one, Ted. got to attack here. Oh. Was he going to give him?
No, he was not. But just like that, 38 seconds left, 42-19.
Give him 2 shots on that? Oh.
They are giving him the 2 shots. Found Turner. Stone to the line for 2.
Okay, so here's where you hope he makes the second, because on the second you can sub in and set up your pressure, Ted. Unless you bring him in before the second shot. I always like personally to stop the clock with the sub so that I could end up setting my pressure up a little more easily. So perhaps Ryan in practices on the second shot, they're right in it without having to make that sub. But I'd like to always put somebody at the table.
Stone in and out. 42-20.
Uh-oh.
Rawls. Dishes.
Good job. I liked how Johnson slid over from the help side there and was willing to give his body up. Ugh.
Missed by Ryan. Here comes number 1, Veneer Gregg. Franklin out of control, but gets it to go. Keyshawn Franklin with the bucket. 3 back iron. Russell with the rebound.
44-22.
44-22.
Okay.
Archbishop Ryan down. Mark Heimerdinger's going to take a little bit of a break. We're going to get a chance to get somebody else on our mic. We're going to get a young student from Archbishop Carroll.
Okay. Here you go, young man. Here you go.
Mike, we're live, buddy.
Teddy, good luck with your journalism.
Thank you for tuning in, Archbishop Ryan Boys Basketball Network. It's a 44-22 lead by Archbishop Carroll. And with me right now is young Mike Livingston. He's a senior at Archbishop Carroll High School, and he's going to be a journalism major. Welcome to the big time, Mike. How you doing?
Doing all right. This is different.
It is different. So Mike will be working on his live stream. We're going to help you with that. But wanted to get Mike on to give us a little bit of color and flavor about Archbishop Carroll. First, can you talk about some of the improvements that have been done in this gym? It looks gorgeous.
Yeah, this happened last season, but new court, new lights. The bleachers came in this year. It was a whole process. We couldn't have any games throughout December. Our first game in the gym wasn't until we played Roman just last week. So it's all new to everybody here.
Well, it looks fantastic. I know they're waiting. Mr. Quintos is waiting to put those opposite side bleachers in. But if you ever get a chance to come to Archbishop Carroll, make sure that you do. Mike, tell us a little bit about Carroll. Last year, they are a team that was state finalist. They were a darling in the Philadelphia Catholic League. Start off 0-2. Doesn't look like that way now, but talk a little bit about where the team is now and maybe a little bit of your reflection on the first half.
So last season, obviously, kind of came out of nowhere for some people. People who were around the club kind of knew what was coming, but good year, obviously, young team, not expected, came through the Catholic League season, won a couple games they shouldn't have, lost a couple games they shouldn't have, eventually dropped a tough one to Newman in the PCL playoffs, then made a great state run, which really defined this team, especially coming into this offseason. The question was going to be who's leaving, who's staying, is the team going to stay together?
Because they were a young team like that, health reasons aside, I know there's some injuries, but, there is a volatility that people can, leave after a year, especially when you're a young player.
100%. And we did have someone leave. We had a young point guard, Darrell Davis, leave. Went off to Boys Latin, got a couple offers this summer, put up 37 points in his first game down in Baltimore. But start to the season, a lot of big expectations. Ian Williams, captain, went down this summer in AAU ball. And then recently, 6'9" center, Division I recruit, Drew Correa, went down in City of Palms. Been a big loss for the team.
That is tough.
Still trying to find their way without these two guys who they've really, really built their game plan around.
So the prognosis for them is still, even with the injuries, you look at what they did in the first half here. What did you see in this half for Carroll that they haven't shown in the first two games?
Absolutely. So a big issue we saw against Roman, and then especially against O'Hara on Sunday, was the struggles with tempo, struggles with pace of play, and getting back and up and down the court. Now, these guys weren't acclimated to playing a 6-man, 7-man rotation. So you got two guys coming off the bench with minimal varsity experience. They're coming off. You can't sub them in crunch time. You got a 5-man rotation for pretty much the entire second half against O'Hara as they close the margins. Today, a couple practices later, they go through the motions, and what you're seeing is the result of great coaching by Francis Bowe, who's been around for a long time, had a lot of different teams come through here. But what they've really done well is they've controlled the pace of play. They've played good defense. It comes down to the basics. They played great defense. They turned the ball over. They played on their terms. They were able to get the ball when they needed it, brought it back down the court. You saw it in transition. A couple big buckets which really swung the momentum.
So if you're just tuning in, it's halftime. We're at about the 5-minute 45-second mark. 44-22, Carroll with a significant lead over Archbishop Ryan. And my guest at halftime is Mike Livingston. First of all, Mike, thank you and the Carroll community for allowing us to live stream tonight.
Of course, thank you for having me on.
I talked to you before the game, and you were telling me about being in journalism. You're going to be in journalism school and all that kind of stuff. So if I put you on the seat a little bit to ask you, what is your point of view? What did you observe about Archbishop Ryan last year? If you said you watched the PCL close, tell me a little bit about what you thought, and then a little bit about this year.
Archbishop Ryan was a team I saw them and Wood in the same tier. I saw them both with superstar players, Jalil Bethea, Thomas Sorber, and a great shot to do big things last season. I never expected Ryan to make it as far as they did, and in hindsight, that feels kind of closed-minded to me after watching them throughout the season. But
yeah, I had a chance. I mean, watching them up close every year, every day, and even at practice and a little bit too last year, I had a chance. You just see the talent level was just so high, and they expected to be where they were.
Yeah,
that was definitely not a surprise. You get a chance to see Sorber last night on TV?
I did not. I didn't get the.
He's doing well down at Georgetown. We have Darren Williams is at Florida Gulf Coast. Rocco Marabito at Division II Gannon. Jaden Murray's redshirting. He was at East Stroudsburg. He's a redshirt. And then, of course, the kid who made probably the second greatest bucket in 2020 in the year last year.
Ryan Everett
at Del Val.
Oh.
His dad, Billy Everett, runs Charger Nation. But so were you at that? Did you go down to Plester that game?
So I was covering the girls' game. My credentials were good for both games, so I stayed through.
I had a chance to do. I did the semifinal, the boys semifinal with Bob Long from Bob Long Sports, and he called me and he asked me. He said, "Listen," he's like, "You want to do the color for the final?" I said no. I said I'm going to watch it with my Ryan peeps, and I ended up watching the game with my good friend Ryan Heaney, and I watched it standing next to the Williams family. We were in the same row, and it was a decision I do not regret, although it was such a famous ending and a famous game, but just to be with their people. But yeah, Ryan Everett, 6 seconds, man. He never would have had to pay for dinner in Northeast Philadelphia ever. But Kate Goss had something to say about that. It was probably one of the. I've been in a lot of sporting events. I'm 55 years old. You're a young man, but that's still one of the top 10 sporting events I've ever been to.
That was obviously, like you said, didn't get to see Ryan as much as somebody who's on the Ryan beat would. I got to see him in their game, and I got to see him in the PCL championship. But that was, without a doubt, the greatest sporting event I've ever seen in person. Probably one of the greatest I'll cover. Hopefully, I'll get to cover better games in my life.
It sounds like your career's already started. You're covering sports. Are you covering sports independently, or are you covering for?
So, I run the sports media club here at Carroll, and I work for Philadelphia Sports Digest as a senior writer.
Excellent.
along with PA Football News, Delco Baseball, and other freelance
So what
gigs.
makes you choose to go out to Missouri?
So it was one of the, obviously since a freshman, I've been really into this stuff, and it's one of the best schools in the world for journalism. The first journalism school ever established in the world was
There you go.
Mizzou. So it was one of my top picks, and I'm very grateful
Well,
to be able to attend.
You're an impressive young man. Thank you very much. Again, thank you for spending some time with us and giving us a perspective from a different view from Archbishop Carroll's perspective. But we're about 1:40 left for halftime. This is Ted Westervelt bringing you tonight's game. Mike Livingston, thank you so much. We're going to hand the headset back to the coach, Mark. This guy right here. See this guy? 540-some wins between the Catholic League and the Public League. Coached at Cardinal Doherty, Coach Kyle Lowry in high school for Doherty, and at Samuel Fells, and is a basketball guru, as they say, and we're glad to have him as part of our broadcast team. So make sure you say hello.
Clearly passing on to a legend. Thank you very much.
Thanks,
Ted.
Mike. And listen, we got to help Mike. If you're out there in Archbishop Carroll, and help get these guys up online. He sounds like a great kid. So
Got off the shine off my nose here with a little powder room.
you got to the powder room. You're good to go.
Okay.
You got your Pelly and Gatorade.
Gator's still
Gatorade.
going.
Still going. 44-22. Thoughts going into the third quarter, Coach?
Well, again, I'm just going to reference it this way. Young team, takes a while to come together. Young players do not give you the consistency that seniors do. And you see some of these sophomores having very good games one game, and then the next game you don't know who the player is. Again, just reference my 2000 team. They actually, you want to talk about people that deserve a medal, I had 4 kids that actually played about 75 games for me from their sophomore year to their senior year, and most of them still talk to me. So I mean,
you did say most.
I did say most. But that being said, you know, we struggled the first year as sophomores and got a lot of experience. By the time they were all juniors, you know, we were in 4th place in the Catholic League. And then in the year 99, 2000, we ended up, you know, winning the Northern Division. So, I mean, coaches got to realize that he has young kids, but there's certain fundamental principles that you want to start making sure are consistent, like help side defense, checking out, not having 2 shooters, not 2 defensive players.
And we're seeing that. We saw that a little bit in the first half. Now, we are literally in the same situation. Well, a little bit more. We're close to the same situation as we were against LaSalle. And really what sparked the team that night was 2 straight possessions from Malik Hughes and a block and 2 buckets and a couple missed shots, and then they hit some shots. So let's see what happens here.
Well, see, and again, early on what was happening was, that's a walk. Early on what was happening was that they just weren't making shots. But then what happened is the game progressed. They started getting sloppy with the ball and sloppy with their defensive concepts, and that's why you have this lead that you have right now. So what you're looking to do right now, again, hopefully is can cut it by going to like 10 going into the 4th quarter, and then hopefully move on from there. So let's see how this plays out.
On the floor for your Raiders, Johnson, Gallagher, Russell, Hughes with 3 fouls, and Samaj Stone.
Yeah, very important Hughes doesn't pick up the 4th foul in the next couple minutes.
Good look.
Nice flex cut there.
His first bucket.
3-point shot.
That was Matos with the 3.
You can't leave that kid open.
Nah, they're knocking everything down. Looked like just an athletic, not able to
execute the pass off the seal. It was a nice seal. So here they come with the pressure. Good decision not to rush the shot there and get into an offensive set here.
49-24. That's number 1. Munir Gregg with the ball. Johnson out in front. He runs by him.
Yeah.
Runs right by him. Tough one.
It's a tough matchup for Gallagher.
Yes. Hughes. Tries to throw one down. A little bit of frustration there, but gets the foul.
He's going to go shoot some free throws.
That's right. That's only Rawls' first foul. And Hughes will shoot 2. Very early here in the second half. Hughes misses both. Ryan comes up with the rebound.
Nice job keeping the ball alive.
Nice cut. Draws another foul.
Got to knock these two down, Ted.
Joe asking him to finish there, right? That was the the direction from. And that's actually, he needs to finish that at this level. You need to finish that. And makes both.
Yep, allows him to set the pressure up now. There it is.
Russell. Nice. Brandon Russell.
Yep.
Carroll gets a timeout, or is that?
Yeah, timeout they called.
51-28. Russell's having a nice night on the scoreboard.
Bad floor balance on that, which allowed the trap to occur. They were able to guard. They were able to trap the ball and take the next pass away because they had 2 other players that were too far away and could not receive a pass. So let's see if they do a better job of putting some space on the floor and creating opportunities for players when they're in the trap to make the pass out of it. And, you know, one thing you always want to emphasize to your players is that the most important thing that happens out of the trap is the next person that catches the ball out of the trap must automatically pass it. The one thing you don't want to do when you catch the ball from the person that's being trapped is put it on the floor. It gives the defense too much time to respond. So you got to catch it out of the trap and then direct it to the next player up the floor.
There's the trap.
Okay, there. Oh, now see, yeah.
Big numbers. Oh.
Okay, say it's off Hughes. That's a break there because I could see foul number 4 coming. You know, and as a coach, when you have plays like that, Ted, where Brandon Russell clearly could have had a steal and you don't get it, sometimes you just look and go, this may not be our night.
Rolls.
Oh, it's a walk.
That was a walk. Got away with it.
Absolutely, yep.
Extra pass.
See?
Good. Number 3, Yasir Turner.
And again, the walk's not called, and they end up getting a 3 out of it.
Hughes.
Good step back there. Here comes the trap. Gallagher slow getting up.
54-30. Seth Gay checks in for Mark Anthony Gallagher. Now you'll see a little bit of different level of defense here.
Yeah, a little more quickness, I would think. Okay, let's look at their floor balance now. Okay, trap. And see, look, see that.
And there's a turnover.
See, what you're trying to do is when the trap comes in, you should have a guy up the sideline and then about 15 feet away from the guy in the middle. And then the defensive player, that's the one guy that we call the gambler, he's got to decide if he's going for the guy in the middle of the floor or up the sideline. So we'll see how Carroll continues to attack that pressure.
Archbishop Ryan, chance to put a nice few possessions together. Russell to Matt. Seth Gay's going to let it go. No good. Rebound rolls. And a steal.
Can set the pressure up again.
Johnson with the bucket.
Nice.
Archbishop
nice.
Ryan showing a little life.
Trap. There it is. See, look. See where 13 and 21 were? You have basically 4 guys playing 3 guys with 1 guy covering 2 guys that can't get the ball. I don't know if that makes any sense.
It does make sense.
Okay.
54-32, 5:16 left. I think I'm going to ask a question that
Go ahead.
That the guys who sits in his on his couch is thinking, why didn't they do this in the second quarter?
Well,
and I think I know the answer, but I want to hear from you.
Well, sometimes you don't want to open the game up too soon, because if it doesn't work then the game's basically over. It becomes a matter of a feel.
Oh, that was nice by
and
Hughes.
Situation. I don't know. What do you think?
I agree with you.
Okay.
I think it's exactly what I would. now the lead back to 20.
Okay.
So they're winning this quarter right now. They were down 22 at the beginning of the quarter. Remind me next time we get a timeout, we had some people ask some questions for you.
Oh. Now you put me on the spot
Yeah,
here.
we'll wait till we get some time to talk about it. But still,
Okay.
4:50 left. It's a 20-point lead. Ryan showing a little bit of fight here.
Absolutely. Yeah, again with the gamble. Oh, you got away with one there, I think. Don't let this kid away alive.
Foster doesn't drop.
Okay.
Rebound, and here comes Russell. Is he going to go? He's going to take a three. Hughes with a big rebound.
Yeah, could have moved up a little bit closer.
Oh, he stepped out.
Oh,
They're going to get the foul first.
I guess so. See,
Good,
in that one,
good energy here by the Raiders.
Yeah.
I like. This is what they did the other night.
Well,
they're fighting.
on the 1-2-1-1, the guy, the man in the middle, not the man all the way back, maybe he should be a little bit quicker than Brandon. Maybe have Brandon up on the ball, involved in the trap, but maybe get a quicker guy in that second line of the 1-2-1-1 defense.
4 minutes, and the ball's going to stay with Carroll. Inbounds to Matos. Between his legs, goes left. Kiner gives himself some space and a steal.
Good job.
Johnson with the steal. Splits two. Goes to Russell. Russell on the wing. Russell takes it.
Oh, my goodness.
Can't get it to finish. And Malik Hughes with the offensive rebound, and he's fouled. And Archbishop Ryan to now cut the lead to under 20.
All right.
And starting to make a little noise.
Is this reminiscent of the LaSalle game too, Ted? Obviously I didn't see that.
Is it reminiscent?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Okay.
Seth Gay came in, caused some trouble. You saw that at the end of the second quarter, where they were pressuring a little bit, and then in the third quarter, Malik Hughes had a big third quarter. But the energy was there. So you saw that. You saw quicker feet. You saw energy.
Yeah.
And like I said, they're winning this quarter, which, just to try to break things down and keep things simple with 3:47 left. So here's the question I got. Ready?
Go ahead.
This is from Matt Paul.
Matt Paul. Oh, my God.
He said, where does John Smedley rank in with all of the great Ryan guards you coached against?
Well, first of all, is Sinai listening or not? I gotta take that into account.
He's not feeling well, and he hasn't texted me, so maybe
good. Then he's not listening. Ryan's had some tremendous guys. I mean, there's
John
Bernie
Smedley.
Rogers, Andrew Rogers, John Smedley. I mean, he's definitely one of the top three. I mean, if I could take a
You're giving him top three?
Political view, absolutely. Now, then again, I'm trying to go back into the teams that played in the 70s. Kid named, oh my God, Steve Sensky. Went to Edinburgh and had a great career. So Ryan's had some very, very, very good guards. So, but Smedley's definitely in the top three of that. But as I said, it's very difficult when you have a kid like Sensky, graduating 79, Andrew Rogers, Bernie Rogers, John Smedley, Joe Sinai, if he's listening. They've had some tremendous guards.
54-35. Thank you, Matt Paul, for the question. And wow, Luka Foster.
I'd love to know what Carroll's shooting percentage is tonight.
Tie. Here comes Johnson. Kicks to Gay. Gay's going to let it go. That's off.
Is that the Matt Paul who played at Chestnut Hill? I coached his brother Chris played for me at Doherty. Very good basketball family.
He has a follow-up question, too, that we'll save for an extended timeout. 57-35. Malik Hughes. Greg. Dribble handoff to Mark Anthony Gallagher. Class president. From the elbow, no. Rebound. And Russell finds a floorboard. Can't keep it. Can't keep the ball. Missed opportunity there for Ryan. 3:09 left.
They are playing with energy, though. I mean, but then you can't come up with the loose ball, and balls pop into other hands. It's just it can be very frustrating as a coach. Oop,
Steal. Here comes Hughes.
put it.
Flushes. Malik Hughes.
Got to get up under pressure.
Again, having a huge third quarter for Archbishop Ryan. It's a 20-point lead.
Oh, no.
Did he just pick up his fourth?
Yes, he did. I don't know that you can afford to take him off the floor at this point, Ted.
You ride it out, and then I mean, it's a different look when Avery's out there.
Yeah. Look,
Foster.
that could
Wow.
have been number 5. Hughes looks a little frustrated.
Samaj.
That's a great move. Nice finish.
He's going to be a special player.
He's going to be good. Oh, nice split. Nice job at splitting that trap.
Thanks to Steve Brunkel for checking in. Loyal fan. Thank you, Steve. 59-39, 2:14 left. We're going to go to the line here.
So maybe during the break you'll explain how people do this with this,
I'm not
with this
explaining
checking
nothing.
in.
Figure it out. Well, they're live. It's chat enabled. So if you're home watching this, or you're watching this on your phone, you can literally just type any question in.
Chat enabled.
By the way, that's a risky proposition that we're doing.
Well, chat enabled.
Yeah.
I thought he was a player for another
Chat,
team.
I went to college with chat
Chat
enabled. 60-39. Stone again. And they called a block? So here's the question the follow-up question, similar. Can you rank your top 5 guards you coached at Doherty? So don't answer now. Think about it. Think about who's talking to you. Think about who's donating to the program. Put it in order.
Wow.
Yeah, you had some good ones, though.
I certainly did.
Gallagher, Stone. Speaking of good ones, Samaj Stone. He's getting his pen to paper. Here comes Carroll.
Jesus.
They missed the layup. They missed the layup, and they're going to bail him out with a foul. And they're going to take 5. Is that going to be the 5th? Wow.
Ugh.
Foster's going to go to the line. And a frustrating night for Hughes. He showed on the offensive end, he looked real good, especially in that third quarter. That might be a tough one. Joe pleading his case to the official, but I don't think he's going to get any help here. I have Foster at 23. That's unofficial. And Keyshawn Franklin, number 4, transfer checks in. Thank you, Lou Peltzer, for checking in. We hope you are enjoying the broadcast.
There was a pretty good player in his day at Ryan. Nice career at St. Joe's. Member of the first varsity team at Ryan.
61-41, minute 47 left in this third. Thank you, all of you, for checking in on this cold night. You're watching a nice performance by Archbishop Carroll's Luca Foster, one of the more special players in the Catholic League. Matt Johnson. I'd like to see that, Coach.
Yep.
Because, and there's an injury on the floor. He's holding his knee. I didn't see the fall.
I did not either.
Let's hope he's okay. Trainer coming out. He's trying to walk it off. It's a good sign.
Yeah.
you look at his body, Luca Foster's, he's a tough matchup for Ryan in general, just by body alone. Smooth, moves well left and right. Ryan with a chance to get this down to 17. With a steal here and a stop. They've been successful trapping in that corner.
Yeah, but they're letting the offensive players step in front of them. They gotta deny that.
Minute 15. Rawls with the ball. It's Craig. To Matos. They're going to get the ball to Turner. It's been quiet. Taking the sting out of the game here.
Yeah, it's a good coaching move. Slow things down a bit, but Gallagher's getting caught out front trying to pressure the ball. He doesn't have the foot speed.
Left his feet. Kincaid turns the ball over and does not get called for a foul.
Okay.
Stone in the lane. Stone up under good.
Nice job.
Samaj Stone.
Need a trap here. Uh-oh.
And an easy one for Greg. Stone again. Finds Russ in the corner. Russ.
Nice ball fake.
And blocked.
Okay. That's all right. Get 2 points here. Give you a chance to set your trap up one more time.
Fouls on 21 for Chris Inglander. His fourth, team's fifth.
Russ to the line. (64-46). Again, you're chasing 22 points there, so even though you win the quarter here,
Yep.
it makes it tough, but
Okay. And that sub by Carroll allow Ryan to set their pressure up. Let's see.
Carroll's only using a rotation of 6 players. 64-47, 22.6 seconds left. That's
See that? Yeah. What you call? He had to come up and take that pass away.
Joe can't believe that wasn't a travel. 14 seconds.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Kick to the corner, and now they're going to get the travel there.
Trevor already stepped out of bounds.
Step out of bounds.
Yeah.
5.9 seconds left. Ryan, with a miracle, can get this down to 14. They get a ball into Stone.
Nice pass.
Oh, nice pass by Stone. It was good vision.
2
2.8 seconds left. Ryan's going to have to defend here. And no one is watching.
A little closer than you would like.
64-47 going into the final quarter. All right, listen, Coach. Go ahead. Quick, go ahead.
All right.
Here they come.
I know I'm letting people
The
people
question
off the list.
was,
Here we go.
The question was, Coach, at the timeout, can you rank your top 5 guards?
Oh, Frank, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You got to rank top 5. That was the question. Don't go past 5. Ready, go.
Okay, so it's got to be Lowry, Chris Williams, Bobby Coppolino, Sean Newman, and John Presbolinski, and Vinnie Simpson gets 6.
And that noise you hear is about 6 people taking Coach off their Christmas
Yeah.
list. But thank you for the questions and thank you for the comments, Coach.
Please
Hilarious.
feel free to chime in and tell me who I left off that list.
Oh,
I know I left
they will.
somebody off.
John F. wrote in Lou Peltzer shout out and Mark Heimerdinger on the airwaves. My week is complete. So
Well, thank you, John F. You're very smart not identifying yourself.
so we'll be we hopefully will be broadcasting from Lansdale on Friday, and then if you can get into the gym and support the boys against Prep on Monday night, the home opener, I really would love to pack that gym and give these kids some support, and I think it'll be a good game. I think everybody will be ready for it.
As I've been told, Prep's one of the better teams
They
in
are.
the city too. So you come out and get a chance to see see a very talented team for the Raiders to compete against.
Ryan with possession here. Stone to Russ.
See that? He's
Gallagher they're going to call an offensive foul on Samaj.
I didn't see the screen. I just was watching Russell come off the screen and then Gallagher coming off the screen. So they had Coach Zaglinski set up 2 shooters there. So you can't let people throw over the first line of defense when you're trapping like that.
Carroll breaks it.
The ball's got to come in from the foul line and below the foul line so you can incorporate the trap and rotate your defense.
So this is number 1, Munir Gregg, guarded by Samaj Stone. Gregg drive, kicks. Nice rebound. Here comes Russell out in the open floor. This might be fun, Coach.
Nice
Russell,
job.
all right.
Nice job by Stone, flicking that ball away.
The kick. Uh-oh.
Wow.
Trouble. In and out. Gallagher with a rebound.
I don't know.
Chance to make some noise here. Franklin up.
I don't know.
And good. No foul. And no foul. That's a nice take to the hoop by Keyshawn Franklin.
They got to do a better job of getting under pressure after they score the ball, too. And Carroll's pretty content to run up and down the floor then.
Oh, bailed out. It's a 13-point game, everybody.
Hello there.
64-51, 6:50 left. Luca Foster, who's having a night at the line, got bailed out there on a foul. Whose foul? That was a foul on.
Number 3.
They gave it to Russ?
Gave it to Russell, yeah.
Foul on Big Russ. All of a sudden, Ryan's knocking at the door, though. There's plenty of time left.
Well, see, again, even saw that in the JV game a little bit. The team on offense has got to realize they're dictating tempo. Ryan's trying to play fast now, which they have to if they're going to, because they need as many possessions as possible to get back in the game. And Carroll's feeding right into them by taking quick shots.
And great hustle. A battle for that rebound, and Carroll's going to come away with the possession. The lead is down to 14. It was 22 at halftime.
14, right? You're right. So
again, the Joe Sinai. Which team showing up?
Well,
that's the thing. So again, our glass is always half full here. Oh, careless with the ball.
Yep.
And stolen. And here comes Russ with numbers.
This ought to be a finish. Oh,
Oh,
wow.
nice defensive play by Kincaid.
Wow.
They don't, both Seth Gay and Brandon Russell and the people behind the basket, not happy with that call.
Well,
You got to convert there, but
he did have a chance to back pass it to the guy cutting behind him. So, but you're right. That play's got to be finished, especially when you're in this dilemma. Nice inbounds play again.
oh, Samaj Stone.
Ugh. Jesus. Again,
Fouls on Turner.
great inbounds play.
So again, Ryan not going away.
Well,
Fighting here to the last second.
and from Carroll's viewpoint, we'll see if they're smart enough to not be sped up by the pressure and make good decisions and get good shots in their half-court sets. And Ryan doesn't, again, you're keeping the stats here, Ted. They don't seem to be shooting too well from the free throw line either, right?
Say that one more time.
The free throw shooting, roughly, it's not good.
Not great. They're about 55%.
That's a killer. There you go. There you go.
So Turner's going to get him out. Rawls.
See? He's not. Again, they're playing right into Ryan's hands.
I think that bucket to Foster and Matos looks like it's an ocean and a turnover.
That's a killer. This is a killer.
Goaltend.
That's a killer.
Ball's going to go to Ryan. It was a goaltend. Bucket good. 67, 52. We had a chance to.
Well, you're going to try to get it down to 7 with about 3, if that's possible. That would be my landmark at this point.
Seth Gay. Seth Gay. Oh, magical.
Looked like he
Seth,
got.
yeah,
There's your
bumped.
trap. There's your trap. Now, yep.
A 3 with position
go.
and a rebound.
Wow.
67-54.
Oh.
And Franklin hits
Yeah.
the air conditioning unit,
Whatever
or
that
the heating
thing is.
unit, the HVAC unit.
It's whatever it is. It's a pain in the neck unit.
But this game is down to 13 points.
Yep.
Hang in there, everybody. 67,
Get the trap.
54.
Good. There you
Oh,
go.
Gay for 3, and foul,
Oh, Lord.
Seth Gay, the sophomore. All of a sudden, hey, everybody. Energy on the bench, energy in the gym. A chance to cut this lead to 9.
Yes, sir.
Come on, boys. Seth Gay.
There you go. There you Oh.
The bench goes crazy. Turner
Look, there-
rolls. Carroll having trouble with Ryan's pressure. Samaj Stone on the ball. Hawkin. Matos, they slap, they get the ball. Here comes Gay. And gets a foul. And Seth Gay gets a foul. 5:09 left. It's a 9-point game.
I can't believe what I'm looking at.
Credit to this club.
Absolutely. Archbishop Carroll should have been deciding who's ordering the pizza for the game tonight.
And,
what
and,
toppings
and if
are
Joe
out.
Sinine, it's the same thing we watch against the Cell. All of a sudden, those shots don't fall.
Well,
Now they show that they're human.
yeah, but my point is that why are they letting Ryan speed him up on offense? If you can't get a layup, you bring it out and you run some time off the clock and get into your sets.
Well, I'm glad for it because Seth
Oh,
Gay's
yeah.
got the ball and he's exciting and he's in the lane and he.
Oh, out of bounds. Okay.
Ryan catches a break.
See, coach is looking at his inbounds play card. So
Malik Gregg is telling him about it. If I was Malik Gregg, I wouldn't say anything to anybody. You just blew a 13-point lead, son.
yeah.
Joe Zaglinski gets a timeout. Coach Joe. Just under 5 minutes, 4:54. All of a sudden, things get fun. What was the greatest comeback that you ever, I don't want to say orchestrated, but were involved in as a coach in the Catholic League? Can you recall anything big like this?
I'd have to think about it.
Well, think about it. That's what you're the color guy. You're the color guy. You're supposed to provide color.
I am. I'm trying to provide color on what I'm seeing right in front of me. I'm not sure what I have for breakfast.
So, right. But in all seriousness, so real quick, if you're no matter the result of this game, Joe Zaglinski is going to be in his office tonight.
Right.
What's going through his head?
Well, again, the growing pains that he's experiencing by playing such young kids, probably lack of free throw shooting would be another thing that would be on my mind. And just by looking at the statistics and seeing what other things that we didn't do well enough or that we didn't do well that put us in this position. So, yeah, like I said, it's
What are the
growing pains.
next stop? What are the things that we do well? What did we do well in this run? So here we go. 67-58, 4:54. Stone to inbounds. They get it to Russ with a challenge. Big possession for Ryan.
Sure is.
Russ puts it up. No. Offensive attempt.
Oh, he got
Second
fouled.
foul on the attempt.
Good, nice job.
All of a sudden, Archbishop Ryan getting to the loose ball. All of a sudden, the ball bouncing their way.
It's why you play 4 quarters.
Yes,
Right,
yes,
Dad?
sir. Yes, sir. Franklin brought some energy this quarter.
Yes, he did.
Big free throws. Gets the Mitchell roll, coach from Mitchell Playground.
I think too what Coach's major problem or major thing to figure out is out of this group of 9 or 10 kids, who's the five that are playing better that night, and that's sometimes not easy.
Well, guess what? This leads to 7.
Yes, it certainly is. But Carroll's doing everything they can to make this.
And they got time. Oh, it was close. Turner with the ball. Has some space. Careless with it. Look at Seth Gay. Hawk the ball. He gets a foul. It's a foul.
Okay, it's not a big deal. Well, we talked about, if I think I was right, at 7 minutes, I said something about being 7 points with 3 minutes left.
We're ahead of schedule.
It's exactly what I would tell my kids. I wanted it 3 minutes 7, and you've done it in 4:31. Let's keep going, guys.
Ted Westervelt here with
Whoa!
Heimerdinger to steal. That's intentional.
That's got to be intentional.
That's got to be intentional. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. And
I don't know about that.
Coach doesn't whisper well, so just
I'm
familiar with the officiating crew from back when he was a coach. Seth Gay, smooth.
I think you got to call intentional on that one.
67-61, Coach.
Trying not to be a homer, but if I get to look at that tape again, I'd like to see whether or not that call was right.
Seth
There
Gay.
you go. 6 points, 4:20.
4:29 left.
Can't let him throw over. That's one thing.
All of a sudden, things aren't going their way. You could
Listen, I'm going to salute Ryan, but Carroll's playing right into their hands. Completely honest with you.
It's a 5-point game.
They're playing right into their hands.
Joe's known for big comebacks. Pulled a 30-point job at Judge a couple years back.
I wish I would have saw that one.
Johnson,
Nice
the dish,
play.
bucket. Samad Stone.
Carroll going to take a timeout, or
He walked.
they walk. They're not even taking a timeout here. I don't know.
Rawls, dish is blocked by Stone.
Oh, look at this.
Here we go. Russell, up under, and it's good. The foul and one.
Oh, baby.
I can't believe what I'm seeing here tonight.
Oh.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Carroll is rocked. Russell with the bucket and a chance to tie this ball game. Second game in a row, down 20 or more, and he does.
Oh, my goodness.
It's a tie ball game.
Is Carroll taking any timeouts here? Or
No, he's letting them play.
Just keep going.
Foster with the bounce pass, and he blows the bunny.
Oh, here
Ryan
we
can
go.
take a lead.
Wow. Oh, here we go. Now,
Johnson slows it down.
run a good set now. And you know, the other thing this does, too, it gives you a little chance to get your lungs back here on offense because you've been expending a lot of energy defensively.
Johnson plays catch with Frank, and now they go to Russ. Russ feeling it a little bit. Pounds with his left. Pulls it out.
Let's run a set here. Uh-oh.
Seth Gay took a look at the basket.
I
He
thought he was
did.
pulling the trigger there, brother.
3:15, tie ball game. Ryan back from the dead. 22-point deficit at halftime.
Wow.
15-point at the quarter. 3 minutes left.
Okay. I wouldn't want to hold the ball much longer. I would
They find Russell. Russell with the jumper. Good! It's a lead! Brandon Russell!
And still no timeout by Carroll. Oh, my goodness.
What's the call?
A reach.
And timeout, Archbishop Carroll.
Oh.
And look at this team. Look at your Raider team.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That was a reach on Keith.
Listen, my message to everybody is to get out and support this club. Get out Monday night, support against Prep. 69-67, a 2-point lead with 2:46 left.
That's what makes basketball a great sport.
And when you break it down, to be clear, if I'm a Patriot fan, I'm calling IP tomorrow, and I'm getting on the horn, and I'm saying, what was going on? That is, that's tough, but sometimes the shots don't drop. Listen, everything they threw up in the first
Dropped. I got you.
2.5 quarters dropped.
What Ryan needed to do was increase the number of possessions in the game in order to get back into the game. And Carroll fed into that by continuing to attack the basket and run like it was a playground game, not hitting shots, more possessions. Ryan hits the shots. Ryan's back in the game.
Joe Sinai checked in. He had a score at the end of the first quarter. Newman Goretti 33, Judge 25. But guess what, Joe? This score, crazy. If you're texting your committee, they're thinking it's a typo. They're thinking doesn't have his reading glasses on. He must have made a mistake. No, he didn't. 69-67, 2:46 left. Possession arrow is where? Looks like the possession arrow is going to go to Carroll.
Right.
If anything goes down there. Samaj contests, but Foster crosses over, spins. He traveled. He picked up his pivot. Matos with three, doesn't fall. Great contest.
Yep.
And here comes Ryan to extend the lead.
And one thing that happened that time is Matt Johnson did a great job of coming from the help side in the middle of the lane, which stopped the Carroll player from even driving.
Send the link out to your friends. Franklin. Joe gets a timeout. Joey timeouts, 2:21.
How many's he got left now? Does he have one? Does he have one? I hope he's got at least one left.
Thank you very much, Mr. PA announcer. Each team has one timeout.
All right, very good. Thank you.
2:21. It's a 2-point lead for Archbishop Ryan, and a shocked Jim if you're a Carroll fan, but
it's quieted it down a little
bit.
But, seriously, they did a great job in the gym, but they don't have the timeouts listed for each team on the scoreboard. So I find that a little annoying.
Ted Westervelt, along with the coach, the legend, Mr. Mark Heimerdinger. An instant classic. Brandon Russell.
Yeah, he's
great. Brandon Russell, Seth Gay.
Yep.
That rotation that was out there.
Well, like I said, I think it's going to be a matter of, based on what I'm seeing now, and again, the Patrick School, I couldn't get a good feel for that, but I think with the number of sophomores that they have, they're going to have to figure out which ones got their A game going, and he's going to have to do it sooner than when they fall behind 22 points. And that's not an easy task for a coach, to get 8 or 9 kids into a rotation and then figure out what 5 you're going with. And again, I've been in that situation, so I understand how difficult that assessment has to be and how quickly you have to figure out what players are there.
Well, if you're looking for where the hero is from the other night against LaSalle in that quarter, Malik Hughes, he's fouled out. He fouled out 7 minutes ago.
Right.
On the floor for the Raiders, Samaj Stone, Brandon Russell, Keyshawn Franklin, number 4, Seth Gay, and Matt Johnson, who has the ball right now. He's driving the bus here.
Okay, they're going into their delay here. This is it looked like they were going into a double stack delay. Yeah, here they go. Look, see, they got the double stack going. Now he's going to replace. Russell's going to bring the ball back.
We're at the 2-minute mark. Russell with the ball.
Yep.
Guarded by Chris Matos. He's had a nice night for Carroll, but
okay.
Russell
back
patient.
Back out.
Russell
there
patient.
Go. There you go. Now, it looks like they're getting away from that double stack, so I don't know if he's going to run an offensive set here.
Carroll's got 5 fouls, so we're going to go to the line here.
Yeah. Okay.
Minute 43 left.
So what you're seeing there, Ted, is you're seeing a double stack at the foul line, all right, on both sides, where the ball handler takes the ball to one side and the back guy in the stack pops back out. The player who took the ball to the sideline passes back out to him and replaces him in the stack. It's a very simple delay.
Well, here's what's simple. Minute 43 to one of the most improbable comebacks in the history of the school. Seth Gay misses a big one.
Don't jinx him now. There's a lot of time left here, Teddy.
.143. The visiting Raiders, resilient, back from 22.
Okay.
Seth makes it.
All right, so he's calling the pressure off now because he doesn't want to open the floor up. They're going to try to play solid man-to-man defense here.
Ryan, 70 points tonight. And the ball's going to stay. The ball is going to stay with Carroll with a minute 32. The season for Carroll. These possessions. Both teams desperate for a win in the Catholic League, the first win of the year. Turner, no, back iron, rebound. It's a fight. Stone, they call jump ball. Carroll has possession.
Yeah.
Carroll has possession. That's a great hustle play by both players.
Now, defensively, I think that the defense should be picking up at the 3-point line. I wouldn't extend my defense and get beat off the dribble there. So let's see how they play this.
Can they get a steal off the inbounds? It's a minute 19. Oh, big cut to the basket. Nice play.
All right. Still got the ball and the lead.
Stone.
Okay.
To Johnson, and
Take care
Johnson's
of
going to bring the ball up with Kinkiner. Seals him off.
There comes the trap. Are they going to get back into that stack? They got some bad spacing here.
He stepped out of bounds. Seth Gay steps out of bounds on the minute mark left in this game.
Here comes Carroll.
Kinkiner finds Luca Foster, who's having some night tonight. Okay. Samaj Stone, the sophomore, with the assignment to guard.
Too far out.
Hop step, no good. They missed the bunny again.
All right.
Seth Gay with the rebound, hands. They find Russell. 38 seconds left.
Be smart.
Russell pulls it out.
No, out.
And they foul Franklin. Foster fouls Franklin. 33.6 seconds left. This baby's going down to the wire.
You know, as a coach, we used to work on these situations in practice, and I used to really harp on my players. If you don't want to be at the foul line with a chance to win a game, please go play another sport. I mean, you gotta love these situations.
Franklin misses the first.
Okay, got to make the second one here. Again, you know, when you look back at the game now, that 55% shooting, if it's 70%, Ryan's winning by 5 or 6 right now.
33.6. Keyshawn Franklin, number 4 at the line. Makes the second. It's a 2-point game.
All right, let's solid defense. I would not extend my defense. Let's have good help side principles here.
25 seconds left. Greg with the ball.
Help side, there's Johnson. Nice job by Johnson.
Franklin gets his hand on the ball. There was a long pass to Kinkiner.
But did you see where Johnson came from the help side and was in the middle of the lane ready to give help?
18.3 seconds. Kinkiner's going to inbound the ball, asking the fans to back off the sideline. Kinkiner finds Foster. Franklin with the assignment there.
Uh-oh.
Russell with the block attempt. Tie ball game, 10 seconds. Clock running. 8, 7. Oh, they give up the ball. No call. Unbelievable sequence here. Archbishop Ryan turns the ball over. Seth Gay dives on the ball. Ryan's going to get the ball with 2 seconds left. Unbelievable. Joey's going to take a timeout.
Yeah, you know, one thing you do as coaches in this situation is you have set plays that you can run.
And Francis Bowe on the Carroll sideline is not happy with what happened directly in front of his bench.
Well, in all honesty, he shouldn't be happy how his kids assisted in this game getting back into a tie game.
Does Ryan have a miracle in them? 71-71, 2.1 seconds left. Where ball's going to be inbound from what part of the floor, Coach?
I think it's going to go right under that L where the Carroll is, under the basket. But you can run a play here, and we actually did that against Ryan in 1998. One of my plays, we had a play where you can actually like run a crisscross, and the kid Timmy Schmink got fouled as a 3-point shot. He hit all 3 throws, and we won the game. And there was like 3 seconds left on the clock.
They're going to put Rawls on the ball. Samaj Stone has the responsibility for the inbounds.
Okay.
Carroll calls their final timeout. Unbelievable night here at Archbishop Carroll High School. Archbishop Carroll couldn't do anything wrong. They should have went looking for wallets. They hit everything in the first half. They had a 22-point lead. All of a sudden, Archbishop Ryan, for the second consecutive night, come all the way back, except this night, they ended up with a lead. with just a few seconds left, Archbishop Carroll ties the game. Ryan with the ball with 10 seconds turns the ball over. And the miraculous play by, I believe it was Seth Gay, who dove on the ball that was already possessed. It could have been called a walk, could have been called a foul on Gay.
Yes.
It was a possession arrow to Ryan. Now Ryan has 2.1 seconds left. Tied at 71. You see, just when you think you see something new all the time, right?
Listen, that's what basketball is a great sport.
Thank you so much for checking in. All of you Raider fans, proud of this group here, but need the W.
And if you're watching at home, you don't have to drive all the way home from Radnor. So here we go.
Samaj Stone, 2. Better get it in. Gets it in. Russell's going to hold the ball. And they're going to live to see some more time. It's overtime, PCL style.
Yes, it is. Well, salute to the young kids from Ryan. They hung in.
(71-71). I'm trying to count up Luca Foster's night for Carroll, number 0. Really, really good player. (23, 25, 27). I have him unofficial at 30 on the night. Brandon Russell, 2, 4, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. I have Russell at 25. Keyshawn Franklin with some big free throws at the end, went 3 for 4 from the line in the fourth quarter. Seth Gay, 4 for 5 from the line in the second half. Having a nice night there. Malik Hughes fouled out early in the second half, so they've been doing it without one of their go-to scorers. Seth Gay made a difference with his energy, and he has 7 points on the night. So really, really fun game here tonight. Didn't start out that way, but it sure has ended this way. But 4-minute overtime period. Coach drawing up a play. What do you got, Coach?
Well, just something you can draw from coming underneath your own basket to try to generate a shot. 2 guys Xing off each other with a guy at the top of the key, and then a back guy coming off into that area there gives the inbounder 3 guys to pass the ball to get a shot off.
Well, I'm glad I'm the only one that saw it. So we'll have to get the telestrator working. Mr. Sanginetti has a spring for one, but Russell's going to jump here against Foster. Carroll with the first possession of this overtime. Such an important result here for both teams.
Yes, it is. Ryan wins this game, gives them a boatload of confidence.
Taking their time. Munir Gregg.
Now,
he's got 13 on the night, but he's been all over the place. He's an active player, had a nice night.
I would not extend on this kid. They're not going to hold the ball for 4 minutes, so there's no reason to give him an opportunity to penetrate.
Says you.
Well, we'll find out.
We're going to find out. I agree with you.
But, here, whoops. There we
go. Dribbled off his leg. It's going to go Archbishop Ryan's way. They win that first possession. Huge.
Sometimes defensively, you got to be a little bit more patient than you would like to, because, again, I can't see Carroll holding the ball for 4 minutes.
Johnson and Kinkiner. Russell. Samaj Stone. They find Russell in the paint. Russell ducks. Russell gets it. Big Russ.
Off the flex cut. Nice set.
Oh.
Who's that foul on?
They give that to Seth.
I don't know.
Foster's going to shoot 2. He's actually 3 for 6 from the line. It's a 1-point game. Foster with a chance to tie this game up. 2:53 left in overtime. PCL plays a 4-minute overtime period. makes both.
Carroll putting a little pressure on here now. See if
Stone.
how Ryan attacks it.
Gets the ball to Johnson, who's done a nice job
Yes,
tonight.
he has. Yes, he has.
2:40, clock ticks. Johnson patient. Guarded by Christian Matos. Sophomore Seth Gay played a big role in the fourth quarter. Will he do it in overtime? Guarded by Kinkiner. Keyshawn Franklin.
A little.
Franklin. Back to Johnson. They're going to try to find Russ on the cut. And he's fouled.
Great pass. Great pass, great cut, very good execution.
That cut play's been in their playbook for years.
Now's a good time to use it.
And they used it. That's 5 on rolls. That's big. That is big. Ross makes the first. Ross has 3 points in the overtime.
Get in.
Ross up 2.
All right. Need a stop here. Okay. Don't extend on defense.
Turner with the ball to Matos. Matos goes
Outside.
left, help. And they draw the charge!
Nice
They
job.
draw the charge!
Beautiful.
What a great play by Matt Johnson. Draws the charge. Minute 56 left.
Trying to point all night out how Johnson has done a great job from the help side, help putting himself in the position in the lane. And that time it paid.
And there was no doubt about it.
No. Now can Ryan handle the pressure?
And they handle the pressure.
You know, now you got to deal with this.
Minute 56. Up 2 in the ball.
All right.
Pressure.
Good.
They got to get it over.
I don't like the spacing here, Ted. I don't like this.
Joe
Had to call the timeout.
Joe gets the timeout. Russell kind of spaced on the time there. Got to get that ball forward.
There was no one there to pass the ball to. They got to have a better overload on the ball side to get out of the trap.
Good timeout by Joey.
Had to. But now I think he doesn't have any left.
You only get one.
Yeah, you get one, right?
You get the carry. Well, he didn't have any.
No, he didn't have any, right? So you get the one. So I think that's, you don't really want to use that timeout in minute 48, but sometimes you have no choice.
What's the bench asking for?
Where's the ball at?
Unbelievable night. If you're just tuning in, if someone just texted you said you got to turn the Ryan game on, down 22 at halftime. Cut the lead to 17 in the fourth quarter. They pick it up. Wow. They come all the way back. Wow. With a lead, Carroll ties the game. Ryan, with 10 seconds left, turns the ball over. Miraculously gets a jump ball on the floor in the paint underneath their own basket. We are now in overtime.
So now what you're seeing, Ted, is you see this team going from being the aggressor to get back in the game to be more of a defensive, offensive team to withstand the pressure they're going to face.
Okay.
So we got to create it. Got to have an overload here.
Ball's in.
Give him the ball. Let's see how the spacing is.
They get the ball to Johnson. They get over the timeline. Here comes a double team.
Oh.
Russell saves it. Seth Gay.
Okay.
Not fouled. Now there's a minute 36 left.
Let's get into our set or our delay, whatever we're
going to double.
Bring it back out. Get it out of the corner.
Somebody's open. There's no movement. Oh, Stone underneath the basket.
Good decision.
Minute 20.
Good decision there.
Ryan up 2.
Okay, they looking to delay here a little bit. Get it out of there. Someone's got to plop to the middle.
Clear out. Oh, I thought I heard it. Russell takes it in. The block, and they win one. Unbelievable. Brandon Russell.
Now, the calmest person in the gym has got to be Joe Zaglinski as a model for his team.
Joe got a little excited there. Minute 3 left. 77-73. What a play by Brandon Russell.
Still an eternity of time, Ted.
Big free throw. Good, Russell! Converts the old-fashioned three. How big was that?
Unbelievable, okay. Don't extend.
5-point lead, just under a minute.
Solid defense. Where's the help side?
Turner, dribble handoff to Matos. Good defense by Franklin. There
Don't
goes Matos.
get off his left shoulder.
And he takes the foul, but it doesn't go. But you're right about the left shoulder.
Yeah, you got to play him on that left side and force him to use his right hand.
That's only Franklin's second foul. Ryan doesn't seem to have anybody in foul trouble. To the line goes Christian Matos. He's been quiet in the second half and overtime.
Well, he sure shot the heck out of it in the first half.
He had 3 threes in the first half. He had 1 in the second half. And misses.
All right, we need a solid check out here. We need to be composed against pressure. You got to have an overload so there's a person to pass the ball to out of the trap.
And they got to rebound the miss, and they do. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Fouls on. Russell's going to get 2 and can put this club up 3 possessions. Can he do it?
Okay, again, you got to calm the young kids down. They got to realize that there is plenty of time because at one time there didn't seem like there was enough time for them.
And he does. He makes the first.
Calm down.
79-73.
One more.
And he gets it.
They're in
Brandon Russell.
Get back.
Money.
Get back. No.
They missed the layup. Kinkiner in, scores.
All right.
Wow. It's a 5-point lead, 36.4 seconds left. I got to say something.
Go ahead.
In the little social media, in the comments, a lot of comments about Brandon Russell.
Mm-hmm.
Can't do this, can't do that. Let me tell you something. Just showed up tonight.
He certainly did.
He certainly did. And guess what? I want to keep my job. So all I have to say is kudos to Brandon Russell. This game's not over. He's got to close it out. But
I hear you there.
what a fantastic night for him.
But again, you know, now the trick is, what can he bring to the table the next game?
Let's get there. Let's worry about these 36.4 seconds left. And
I understand
We're
that.
going to talk about next game. But the kid needs to get some flowers, and we're going to give it to him. Game's not over yet, like you said, though, Coach. It's a 5-point game.
Absolutely.
There's an eternity. I don't think there's any timeouts on either.
I wish I could tell you on the board, but I can't.
All the renovations, they didn't. They need a little bit of a more involved scoreboard. That's okay. This is a.
Maybe Stephen Graham could have donated some money for a timeout section.
Listen, real quick, just want to say thank you, especially to the Carroll fans that may be tuning in. We'd like to say thank you to your hospitality and the administration for allowing us to stream tonight. And it has been a doozy.
Yep.
So much on the line.
And another thing that Coach Zaglinski might decide, if he in fact still has a 5-point lead, is next set come down and play zone to stop the quick score, and 2, to make them take more time, because it usually takes more time to get a shot against a zone than it does man-to-man. So that's just something you might consider. See how they break pressure this time, Ted.
36 seconds. Stone gets the ball into Russ. They can't find. He's in trouble.
To the ball.
Oh, by himself underneath the Seth Gay.
There you go.
That's good. Great find.
All right, no foul. No foul. Get away from him.
He fouls him. "23 seconds. Might not have been the best decision there.
No, it was a horrible decision, to be quite honest with you. And again, you have the luxury of having a 7-point lead. But if it's a 2-point lead and that happens, so again.
Greg with the free throw. Short.
What you accept in victory, you must accept in defeat. And that's what I would always tell my kids.
Crowd starting to leave for Carroll. They shouldn't. They should stay. Still a lot of time. Misses both. Foster gets the rebound, and it's fouled on the rebound.
See, these are mistakes young kids make. At that point, you got to say, okay. Now, listen, the other thing, too, is Carroll's got no timeouts left. So if they do score, right? They can't call timeout to set their pressure up. So you let them score, and you get the ball in bounds.
Foster having such a great night. Good player. Tallest man on the floor. Makes it. I have him at 32 points tonight.
Wow.
He makes both 33.
Okay, again, pressure time.
82-77. Stone having trouble getting the ball in.
5 seconds?
Wow.
Oh, my Lord.
How is that 5 seconds?
Do they have metric time? Isn't metric measurements different from the English system?
You were the teacher. 20 seconds. Stone down to 18 seconds.
Oh, my Lord. Got to look at that one on the
Wow.
tape, Ted, to see that 5 seconds.
18.6. Turner with the ball.
Let him go. Let him go. All right. That's fine. You got
82-79.
Good.
10 seconds.
Nice.
Russell
Nice.
off the floor.
Nice job.
And foul.
Well, unfortunately, if it's not over yet, he needs to hit one. But he does have 2 shots, correct? Right? So
Yes.
yeah, so it's not the 1-on-1. Rules are different now.
Substitution. That's going to be 5 for Lanier Gregg. He's out. Brandon Russell. Russell smooth.
Now,
Coach, look at my scorebook on Russell with free
Jeez.
throws in the second half.
now here's what happens, Ted. You let them score, and then you take the ball out of bounds, and they're going to score. There's going to be less than 5 seconds, so you don't ever have to inbound the ball. Right?
Brandon Russell.
Let him go. Let him go.
5 seconds. Turner for 3. No, back iron.
It's over.
And it's over. And one of the most incredible wins in Archbishop Ryan history, down 22. 0-2 in the year. It looked bleak. They didn't quit. They came back. 84-79 overtime win. Your Raiders, unbelievable.
I'm calling 911 now because I think Ted's having a stroke here.
Listen, I've done a lot of these games. I've done a lot of these games, and that is something I've never seen. How incredible was that comeback? Look at this team run into the locker room. Thank you for the input. Okay, thank you. We're live, buddy. All right, thank you. Delco faithful, upset, obviously. That's a tough loss.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Ted Westervelt with Coach Heimerdinger.
Wow.
Wow. Unbelievable. A game that absolutely
Looked like it was over.
It looked like I'm trying to think of the word. They're paying me the big bucks to say the words, and we can't. 84-79, Archbishop Ryan changes their season.
Absolutely.
So much.
Absolutely.
What an effort.
Yep.
You just got to give these kids credit.
Absolutely.
I mean, and the coaches,
coaches and the players never gave up on the game. They played their butts off, and just a great victory. This is something now that can really springboard them, especially with Lansdale coming up, and then then the prep.
So as just to break the game, just a real 10,000-foot look at that game. You're up 22. You got to question how they approach that mid to end third quarter, and then obviously the fourth quarter. Carroll.
Yeah, well, again, and I said this during the course of the game, Teddy. Carroll just kept continuing to push the ball up the floor and didn't make shots. When you're down 22 points, you need to increase the amount of possessions in a game, and you could do that if the team that's winning by 22 continues to take shots within 10 seconds. Now, I'm not saying you got to hold it out all the time. Certainly there could have been some timeouts taken there, I would think, by Carroll to emphasize the difference between going to the basket and making a layup as opposed to, running offense. But, Carroll assisted in the loss tonight, and I'm not trying to be overly critical, just trying to be honest.
The rotation that was in there that led that comeback, just as it was different than the LaSalle comeback. Malik Hughes on the bench with 5 fouls. I mean, he was instrumental the other night. What did you see from the smaller lineup that was effective?
Well, first of all, they had a press, so therefore the quickness aspect was introduced into the game. And as I said multiple times during the game, it looks like there's 9 or 10 younger kids that the coaching staff is going to have to figure out who the 5 or 6 that are giving them the most on any given night before they get down 22 points.
Samaj Stone started that run. If you recall, there was a couple. He was able to get to the hoop a couple times. Had, I think it was 3 possessions in a consecutive possessions in a row where he drove to the cup. I think converted 2 of 3, showed some confidence, and they were able to trap and then get the turnover.
Yeah.
So really, the credit is spread out throughout that
No
those 6
question.
players that were part of that rotation there. But just some of the Ryan people are going to have to go back into the record books and in their memories to see when the last time they came back from a 22-point deficit like that. Like I said, I remember the regular season the
Against
Thomas
Judge?
and D. Will Jr. year against Judge, I think.
Okay.
They were down 30 at Judge. It may have been their sophomore year.
They were down 30 at
They were down 30 at Judge and broke some hearts on Sally Avenue that night and came all the way back.
Well, then
I remember
there you go.
So the junior year, they came back and scored 9 points in 50 seconds against West, against Zion Sanford and Bud Clark. That team, that Coach Bocachica team, that was real good.
Your memory is
and they came back but just the resilience and the volume of point, and it wasn't they were down in the second quarter of that. It was the second half. They came out of the second half down 22.
Well, I know the kids against Judge had to be young. How about the kids against West? Because what I'm asking here is that this is such a young group to do this. Did a group that
Matt Johnson was a freshman. He actually had on the West game because he had to come in and somebody was in foul trouble and he had a great assist. He drove in overtime and fed Sorber.
Okay.
Sorber got an N1 to either pull ahead or
both teams were young. The kid who pulled those kinds of comebacks.
They were juniors.
Okay.
Nah, they were for real.
All right.
Yeah. But this group here now has an identity.
Yes.
They have an identity now. So we're gonna get packed up and get out of here. Just an amazing night here at Archbishop Carroll. Again, thank you so much to the people from Archbishop Carroll for hosting us. 84-79, your Raiders with the victory. Thank you so much. Drive safe, and we'll see everybody Friday night at Lands.